Hey, what's up? It's Sifu Kuttel, and in this video, we're going to be working with the Taiji Jian, or the Tai Chi Gim, or Tai Chi sword. This video, we're going to be focusing on an exercise that is really important for your Tai Chi training, and that is sword circling. Sword circling is really good to loosen up the wrist and get the body involved so that you have more control, more flexibility, and more fluid motions in your Tai Chi sword. Now, before we get started in the video, I want to explain the grip. So if you already know how to grip, just skip ahead. If not, what you want to do is when we're grabbing the Tai Chi sword, to allow a little more wrist flexibility and dexterity with the blade, what you're going to do is grab with the middle finger and the ring finger predominantly. The thumb will stay relaxed. Some schools like to place it over these two. Really, it doesn't need to be. It can be on the side here because the power of the thumb is to just back up on this side of the sword when you're slicing. The rest of it, you want your index finger to point up along the guard and your pinky finger to be nice and loose. The pinky will add some nice snapping to the motions and some extra control in the end, and the index finger can easily guide. If you're grabbing the sword too tightly, you're not going to be able to do some of the more intricate maneuvers and straightforward thrusts that you do with the Tai Chi sword. So grab your sword and let's get to work. Okay, so to do sword circling, it's very simple. Essentially, all we're doing is keeping the blade in a flat position, and then we're going to do an ellipse. I don't really consider this much of a circle because it does not have to be an equal movement or an equal shape. It's more of a flat ellipse, and we're looking at some small curvature here. Now, for extra Tai Chi training, you always want to make sure your other hand is in a sword finger position. So we're going to point the two fingers, keep those glued together, no peace signs, and then we're going to touch the thumb to the ring finger. Now you can either keep your hand back, down by the waist, or by the wrist. If you put your hand by the wrist though, you may have some influence with this hand, so I prefer that you keep it off your body at first until you get more comfortable with it. Now, from here, we're going to extend out, palm up. I want to have a good full extension of the arm without locking my elbow out. So the elbow is down, the shoulder is down. I'm nice and relaxed. With the palm up and a nice light grip, we're going to start by drawing a circle. Now, if you notice, a lot of this motion comes from my hand moving, or my arm moving my hand back and forth. This is also driven by the waist. So this is similar to our sword shaking exercise. However, there's going to be a slight extra up and down motion, and that's more done with the hand itself. So the hand is going to be doing the up and down, the body is going to control the circular side, or the right and left. Okay, so from here, we're just going to circle. Now the idea is when you do this circling, you want to keep it nice and consistent. You don't want to have too much force, and you don't want only the hand to guide this. If only my hand is doing this, my wrists are going to be pretty strong after a while, but I'm going to end up doing too much work against my Tai Chi than allowing my body to control this for when I need to whip the blade forward. Okay, so again, we're going to circle. I suggest setting a timer and doing 30 seconds, or if you want to count the circles, do 30. Now, it's fine to practice going in large circles too, because that requires an extra amount of range of motion with the wrist. So this will help develop the coordination and flexibility. Now, after going one way, it's good to go the other direction. And again, once you get the hang of this one, we can move from just turning the waist and circling here to being actually moving from a stationary position. So you can take steps and move. You can move in straight lines, forward and backward, or you can walk in a circle as you do this. There's lots of different ways that you can work on this, moving forward, moving backwards in the circle as well, or just changing your direction completely and going in zigzags. After we've done one direction, circling, other direction, circling, you can do big circle, small circle, then we're going to flip the hand over so it's palm down. This one is a little more difficult, but it's going to work different muscles in the wrist and the forearms. So it's important to train this as well. So again, we're going to circle here, and we can change directions and circle. And again, we can walk either way, whether I'm going to walk here, walk forward, walk backwards, moving around. This is an important thing to do as well. Okay, so there you have it. Now, this is such an important drill. I make my students do it every single session that they train the sword. This should be a part of your warm-up. It doesn't take much time. Just take the sword out, do a couple of circles in each direction, and it'll help over time improve your sword and your Tai Chi altogether. So work on this. Make sure it's part of your every single day routine with the sword. Okay? I cannot praise this one enough. So work on that. Hit the like button if you like this. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.